Do we all ever have moments in which we kind of lose track of what it is exactly that we were striving for? I feel like that's the case for me, and it feels like it's almost every other day when I'm like so focused on one thing that I want to happen, and then the next morning I'm tired and I kind of lose track of where I was in my head that was making me so enthusiastic about whatever I was trying to accomplish. I totally look like a cat lady right now. Two kitties. But does anybody ever feel that way? I think a lot of us do, whether or not we wish to accept it. We get lost in the everyday life, or routines, and we get lost in them. And unless we set a goal for, like, let's say your goal was to prepare lunch for yourself for the rest of the week, and once you prepare, you're like, yeah, I did it. And then what? We lose track of what the big picture was, I feel like that's where I am right now. I kind of felt lost. Kind of felt like, yeah, I want to do all these videos, but what do I talk about? I've been trying to do what feels right at the time. Like right now, I knew that I had to do videos, but honestly, I didn't feel like talking. And I felt like dancing, so I danced for a little bit. I don't know if I'm actually going to post any clips of what just happened, because they were kind of choppy. I usually have to find a song that I can connect to and kind of get lost in, and that's how I get moves out or like new combinations. But I can't just dance on command. It's kind of weird. I often hear spiritual teachers and like just people in general that teach about expansion. They always talk about creating your own reality and how we're completely capable of making anything we want happen. And we don't do it. We don't fully believe it, so we don't do it. I feel like that's where I'm stuck right now. Like, I know the process. I know that I can. But it's the how I get myself to that spot that it's kind of been a struggle for me. And then there's the whole thing about work. I have been very unhappy with my job for a long time, years, to be honest. I feel like in the very, very beginning of my journey with that job, actually within my first real promotion, I felt so ecstatic about it. I was so into it that like I had all these great opportunities. And like I felt that I was growing even though it wasn't growing, even though I was still stuck with being content with whatever they offered me. I never really seeked for more, but my passion for the job was always there. And probably before I moved to Washington, the job prior to moving here, I didn't love the job, but I've been trying to think of what it was that kept me there, because I was legit like there every single day, and I didn't necessarily look forward to being there, but I wanted to be there, and I would stay extra sometimes to help people because I wanted to help. It was a really physically draining job, but there was something that kept me there, and I've been thinking about what it was like that still made me thrive to go there every day and stay extra even sometimes. I felt like just keeping them positive and trying to get a smile on their face every time I was there. I felt like it was kind of helping, at least when I was there. And I hope it did. I've felt loved by people before. But when people knew that I was leaving, and then the way people were saying bye to me, It felt genuine for the very, very first time. I mean, a part of me was so happy to leave that I didn't necessarily pay attention to the love that I was receiving. And now looking back, I'm like, dang, they actually really appreciated me. You know who you are. And it's nice to go back and see that one way or another we are able to make a difference. And I want to find that again within me. I kept my very first video secret for like a week almost. I felt that my video wasn't good enough, and I felt that by having a second shitty one it would make it less shitty. But it's not how it's made, it's the content that I'm trying to focus on. I really like making people happy, and it's something that I didn't really notice or understand growing up, that that's what made me happy. Even in my relationships, I feel like I always ended up with people that were really negative or had a lot of issues, because I wanted to show them that they could be loved. And it was wrong, because that's not a reason for you to get with people. But I felt like if I could show them that they could be happy, that they deserve a bigger kind of love, that they would find someone else who would give them more than that. It's kind of fucked up, but it's just what I did. Anyway, that was kind of off topic, but the point is that I feel up inside when I see someone like take my advice or takes whatever comment I told them and like they take it to heart. When they go home and implement whatever you told them into their lives, and then you see the difference. And then suddenly they're happier, suddenly they're doing things that they wanted, suddenly they're actually ahead of you. That's even freaking cooler when like you tell someone all these things and then they implement them, they actually do them, and then all of a sudden they're ahead of you. It's so cool. Like, damn, I wish I could have picked it up as fast as you did. But anyway, it gives me life. So I guess the moral of this story is that if you ever feel lost, that if you ever feel like you don't necessarily see the point of your existence, to remember that one way or another you can make a difference. Whether it is by following your dream of like being a soccer player. You might win that match that everyone is so hyped for, and then you made it happen. You might make a film that changes people's lives. You might make a song that a lot of people can relate to, and we really can be anything we want. We just need to get rid of all the excuses that everyone taught us to think of. That's really all that they are. All those things that we think are stopping us from doing what we want, they're all just excuses. I had been wanting to do YouTube videos forever. First I blame it on the cameras, that they weren't good enough, that they didn't have enough memory, that the lighting wasn't good. Sometimes I even blamed it on the time. I don't have time for that. I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to make videos of, and I'm finally doing it. And whether or not I get people to actually watch the videos, it was important for me to do everything. I obviously haven't done everything that I've ever wanted to do, but I'm starting to, and I want to do everything that comes to mind. Even though I'm not into my job here, I've come to terms with it, and I've decided that that job is really just not for me, and I'm not into it. And even if I tried, I'm never gonna be an entrepreneur for that job. Never gonna just come up with ideas for it, because it's just not in me to do that. I've always felt like there were bigger things for me to do, and Well, yes, I could make a difference there. I could make something more personal like the videos. And perhaps I can get to that little person inside you that wants to do crazy things, crazy awesome things, and it's scared, or it thinks it can't do it. You can do it. You can do it, and you can do anything you want. You need to learn how to lose resistance to the idea of lack. Lack is the opposite of creation. Lack does not exist within creation. We're the ones focusing on that concept of lack, of not having the right time, not having the right lighting, not having the right amount of money. It's all excuses. Because ultimately we can do it one way or another. I don't even know what the point of this video was. I think I just wanted to talk. Does anybody know how to talk to like ETs or their guides? If you do, please leave it in the comments, let me know, because I always get a ringing in my ear and I heard that it's actually like your guides trying to pass on information to you. And every time I try to focus on the sound, it goes away. To remember that, excuse me, I'm vlogging here.